names now.
Yes, now more.
Just call it TV cash first.
Okay.
They'll be telling us more.
I'm going to tell them. Please, we're going to have representatives of the companies at the back talk to us, our sponsors. Can we all settle down, please? Please settle down in your seats. Go back to your seats. We're reconvening. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to invite from GTCO, Oziegbe Ohiro, to come and talk to us about what they have to offer. GTCO. Oziegbe Ohiro, can I see with a wave of hand? All right, let's clap for him as he comes. Can we clap for him as he comes? If you are not clapping for him, we will seize all your coke.
Now they say ask people to come and fill up the spaces.
All right. Can we move forward and fill up the chairs in front? Let's have a warmer fellowship. Please come to the front. All those at the back, please come to the front. Some people are holding conferences within conferences. Please, can we all come to the front? Thank you. Will those at the back please come to the front? Ushers, please guide them. Mr. Ohiro is here to talk to us.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, my name is Oziegbe Ohiro. I work with GT Bank under the SME division. So basically what we do in the SME division is to support small businesses, especially those within our regions. For me, I work out of Lagos Island, so we support small businesses within Lagos Island, Lekki axis, down to some parts of the mainland. So in GT Bank, we recognize that SME is the backbone of any economy. In Nigeria, we know that SME contributes about 50% to the GDP of the nation. So that's why our slogan as a bank is enriching lives. So through our products and services, okay.
I'm sorry to take the microphone. Fidelity Bank, please, can you release them and let them move forward? They will see you after. Thank you. Please move forward. Fidelity, can we stop? Can we stop, Fidelity, and let everybody move forward for now? They're still in the hall. Thank you.
Okay, as I said earlier, SME is the backbone of any economy. And as a bank, our goal is to add value to all our businesses. So first, the first step in doing this is to start banking with us, to establish a relationship with us. So for some of you, you may have registered business with CAC. We can open a business account for you. If it's registered as a sole proprietorship or a corporate limited business, we can open such accounts for you. We also have accounts for churches, NGOs, and various organizations. We also recognize that in Nigeria and in other countries, a lot of people run their businesses on individual accounts. So even if you don't have a registered business, we can also open an individual account for you, and you can run your transactions and businesses through that account. Once we onboard you, that is once we begin this relationship, our goal is to collaborate with you, and collaboration is one of the themes of this conference. Our goal is to collaborate with you in making your business run more efficiently. So we can do this. If you have a type of business where you require POS, once the account is opened, you can get POSs. We know the world is shifting to a cashless economy. You can also get cards, which you can use for local and international transactions, whether your Naira cards or dollar cards. We can do all this for you. And of course, you get onboarded on internet banking, whether you are a corporate or whether it's a corporate account or personal account. You get onboarded on internet banking, where you can carry out your transactions, track your payment, because that's one of the most important goals for a business. You should be able to track your payment, track your transactions, and at the end of the month, see where you stand in terms of your turnover and your profits. So all this you can do on the internet banking platform. You can regularly pull your statements and confirm all you've done as a business. If you have a business and you need payment platforms, we also have that. If you want your customers to pay you through USSD means, as you know, in GT Bank, our USSD code is *737. Other banks also have their code, but in GT Bank, if your customers come in to make a payment, there's a code we can profile you for. They just dial *737, dial your unique business code, and you'll be credited with whatever amount you are charging them for that goods. So these are just some of the services we have as a bank. We also support our businesses with small non-collateralized loans. So these are loans that you get without any collateral, as long as you've run your account for at least 6 months. So this can help you with your small business needs, with your cash flow gaps. Maybe there are some things you need to purchase. You can get this to do that. And Nadine was here earlier in the morning and she spoke about our squad product. This is a new product the bank launched a few months ago. It's especially tailored for SME businesses. On this squad, you can generate payment links. For those of us that sell products online, on Instagram, on Twitter, you can generate payment links, send to your customers. Once they click on the link, it asks them to populate their card details, and they can pay you. Also on this squad, you can use your phones as a POS device. Your phone will read your customer's card, and they can pay you. So these are just some of the various ways we as a bank will support our businesses through small loans, payment platforms. As you know, we also have our Food and Drinks Festival, which comes up yearly, and also our Fashion Festival. Yes, ma'am. Our Fashion Weekend is coming up in November, so please, if you're a fashion business, you can visit our pages online to register. So I especially want to thank all of you for attending this conference, and also want to thank Dr. Seth for giving me the opportunity to speak with you. I wish every one of us the best in our businesses and in all that we do. And I also want to wish every one of us Happy Independence Day. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, GT Co. I'm sure you heard that. You know about the popular food festival, and now they're doing fashion as well. So those of you who are thinking of how to slay in December, November is the date for the GT Fashion Festival. Next, I'll be calling on Mr. Moshood Oyewole, Head SME Sales, Fidelity Bank PLC. He's going to be here talking to us about passion to profit, raising capital, understanding taxation. Let's clap for him now. You know, the more you clap, the more you will draw something out of them.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I want to start on existing protocol because I understand we're out of time, so I need to manage my time. Let me first start by saying you forgive me because I am actually not used to the protocol of very corporate setting, more specifically because I'm talking with SMEs. I have about 17 years in banking, 14 years relating with SMEs. So I probably know that when I have a gathering of SMEs, you don't get too corporate. Because when you speak too much of English, It doesn't actually speak to what it is. Let me start by saying that I've been here in the last 2.5 hours, and we had the opportunity to have the best of speakers. Almost everything I'd learned in 14 years has been summarized. So that makes the works very easy. The last two speakers before we went on the break was beautiful. And I heard the MC saying, you should get your paper. I jokingly got mine, and I'll tell you the truth. I've got about 171 nuggets before I got here, but today I got the highest 5 in one sitting. So I think you should watch it. Now, the idea of SME business, which is what I want to talk about, I am not sure I'll be able to go through my slide, but when they put it up, it's fine. I've actually chose 3 topics for us today so that we could actually rub minds and benefit. And the first is passion to profit. The second is raising capital. And the third is taxation as it relates to SME businesses. These, to me, are very important things we need to understand. It is enough, like one of the speakers says, to know that the whole world is going to crisis. And a summary of what I spoke with people, because I came in back from Abuja yesterday, I was at the DBN Award, and there was a discussion. And the summary of what I told people was that if I want to summarize that is going through the whole world, the problem is to tell you that, do you know that as of today, the first time in 3 decades, 30 years, a dollar now exchanged for a 1 British pound sterling. So $1 to 1 pound sterling. That is to tell you everywhere around the world there's a problem. Now, but you know, in the African setting, they said there's a saying that says when you add salt to injury, it's enough that you are injured. Now you put salt and rub it on it. That is the case we have in Nigeria. So I heard a lot of people saying they want to move out of the country. In short, I have one of my subordinates that resigned on Thursday, and as he was resigning on Thursday, his flight to UK was 1 p.m. He was resigning 9 a.m. So there was no reason talking to him, don't go. He has actually made up his mind he wants to Japan. And so he didn't even give me opportunity. You know, if it was when he got the visa, before he got the ticket, I will now talk to him, don't, Samuel, please. He just dropped it 9 and he's saying, okay, I need to be at the airport and he's showing me the ticket. I don't have a problem about that. But this is what I have. I don't see the reason why you should leave a gold mine. A gold mine. They actually brought the gold out. You know when gold just come out, it's quite rough. All you need to now do is to polish it. To go to where there's a field that they said there's a mine, you are still looking for the gold. In Nigeria, the gold is out. All you need to do is to polish it. And that's why I said a lot of what I want to say has been sent by the speaker. To say, look, for everybody running out, they are creating opportunities in Nigeria. And this is what I tell you. This is what I learned from my mentor. He said, what is business? The simple definition of business is problem. The simple definition of business is problem. Because for everywhere there's a problem, the process of solving that problem becomes a business. And I'll give you the example. In 2004, I graduated from the university, and I was living in Kaduna State then. When I came back home, and of course I have my parents, and my mom woke up one day and said, gentleman, you'll soon go to service, but I think you should start planning your life because service is just 12 months, and then what they pay us as copper was just 7,500. And that after my service, they were not going to continue taking care of me, not because they don't love me. I'm the first son. I was loved, I graduated well, but I should start thinking. And so when my father came in the night, you know, as a gentle young man that was so entitled, so I walked into him, collected his briefcase, dropped it, and we sat, and I said, sir, I want to ask a question. Are you the one that told my mom to say that I should leave your house? And the man was stunned. I was like, what do you mean? I said, she told me this morning that after my service, he said, yes. And he said, how does that relate to leave my house? I said, that's exactly what you are telling me. He said, look, gentleman, you know I'm actually capable of taking care of you. But I'll be doing you a great disservice if I continue to keep you on comfort zone until the day you are going to leave my house. Go out and start looking for something to do. So, I was aggrieved. He wanted to talk to me, and of course, as a teenager, you know, I just walked out on him. So when he's going to the office, I just wake up early in the morning, wash his car, and get back up. At least I'm doing everything I need to do, and I was actually thinking of what to do. It took me about a week to have another opportunity to speak with him on the weekend. And what he told me is that, gentlemen, think about this very well. Look around you. Look for a problem. Once you identify that problem, come back to me and let's talk. So it was a Saturday morning, so I went outside looking for problems. Now, funnily, I will tell you the very stupid problem I saw. And as stupid as that problem is, it was the first set of opportunity for me to make my money. And what was the problem I got after the whole Saturday? And I had to get back to him that weekend because he's a banker. If I don't meet him that weekend, it means the next weekend. So after the whole thing, in the evening around to 6, I was sitting with him and he said, what was the problem? I said, sir, the only problem I saw in this area is that people's cars are dirty. And he laughed at me. And I said, it's a stupid problem. He said, no, it's a beautiful problem. And he said, what is the problem to this? What's the solution to this problem you identified? I said, the solution is we wash the car. And he said, how do you think you can solve that problem? I said, I cannot start car wash. You know, even washing your car is just because you're my father. I don't like washing cars. And he told me that, look, think of another solution to that problem. Because washing the cars, it's actually probably not sustainable to those of us that owns the car. And you know why? Far back then, to wash a car is about 200 naira. He said, I'm actually not happy washing my car 200 naira every day because it's raining. So think of another thing. So I left him that week, the whole week. Of course, I just graduated. I have a lot of my peers too that just graduated. We sat down where we sit down and gist to play PlayStation and do other things. So one of the days I was lucky, I told my friends, what's the solution to this? Look at what my father told me. Look at everybody was laughing at me. And look at it. And after a long discussion, we came up with a solution. And that's the last example I'll give you before I go to what I want to say. We came up with the solution that if the problem is that the cars are getting dirty, and you cannot stop those cars from getting dirty because it will continue to rain, apart from the water will drop on the cars will walk through those roads that are very dirty, then we must look for a solution. Now, the people we are finding a solution for said they are not willing to hear the solution of we'll wash your car every day and pay 200 naira. What else can we do? So the major thing we concluded was that if you can find a way that these cars will not get dirty on a daily basis, even though it's going to rain. So what we agreed is that if we can get a tarpaulin, it means that if the man has actually washed his car in the office and he's coming home, the car is clean as the time he's parking the car around 6, 7 p.m. and by next morning the car is dirty. So if I can use a tarpaulin to just cover that car, which means that tomorrow morning when he's going to meet the car the way he left it the day before and just remove it and go. Now, that is a solution. How do I turn this solution into money? Because the whole idea of SME is, as an entrepreneur, everything you do, you need to make a benefit out of it. So the idea is, we'll do a bargain. I called Dr. Seth and said, look, this is your car. Just before you left office, the cleaner, the security in your car office has washed this car for you, and you brought it home. If it's dirty again, you wash tomorrow. So I have a tarpaulin for you. Then in the Kaduna market, if you go to Gumi market, you could actually get the clothes for tarpaulin and sew everything is about 1,200 naira. I cover this car for you every evening you come. When you are going in the morning, I don't need to be there. Just remove it and drive out. Now, instead of you to pay 200 naira every day to wash this car for 5 days, at the end of the week, please just pay me 200 naira. So instead of you to pay 200 times 5, 1,000, pay me 200 naira and you save yourself 800 naira. And that was the first business I did. And you'll be surprised. I was actually earning in the month more than what I earned by the time I started service at 7,500. Now, the essence about this is what I heard one of the speakers says. You can actually do a business without having the big capital you're looking at. Now, it is enough that the business you want to do is difficult. So please, when you want to do a business, refer to this. Look at what it is that you are passionate about, what it is that you enjoy doing. Then you make it a business. understand that thing, look at the problem around that, and make it work. Such that when you are doing the business, the problems that are coming for the business are big enough. Try as much as possible to know that the other thing will not be that I don't even like doing this thing, I am pushing myself to do it. Start a business in a line of what you enjoy doing. And that is exactly what it is about. Let me go to what I'm here for. Like you hear, my name is Moshood Oyewole. I work with Fidelity Bank PLC. I'm head of sales SME in Fidelity Bank. So I will use the remaining 5 minutes to just tell you what we could offer you in Fidelity Bank. And I make it as interactive as possible. This is what I do. Who are SMEs? SME is anybody, any individual, group of people, registered entrepreneur, registered businesses, who comes together to render a product or a service to a group of another individual, a group of people, or another company to make profit. Today, there are 4 classifications of SMEs. It used to be SMEs. After it moved to MSMEs. Today is NMSE. N means nano, M means micro, S means small, and the other M means medium. And I'll give you the difference just very fast. Nano is any business that is only one person that is running the business. Once the person is not around, the business is not working. An example of that is a woman plaiting the hair for our ladies in here, a guy who is barbing your hair, who shaves your hair. Once they are not around, the business is not around. It's a nano business. A micro business is when you have 2, 3, 4, 5 people. By definition of Smedan, it is between 2 to 9 people. These are businesses that need more than one person. But the other people are usually informal people. An example of that also is a very small business of a woman selling food in those junctions you see. You see a woman either is frying yam and akara, a woman selling rice, spaghetti, indomie, and this. Because he or she needs someone to assist, most times they get to 2, 3 people. So while I'm serving the rice, someone is serving the stew, someone is washing the plate, someone is doing this. That is also between 2 to 9 people. A small business is any of these micro business that over time has grown to have an outlet from one point to the second point, to the third point, to the fourth point. So you could actually have the business started here, after a month or year, out of prosperity of God, it has moved to another unit, another unit, another unit. It's a small business. Then when the business is now organized, when you could actually have an MD and an ED, it is called a medium business. So what do we do in Fidelity Bank? Because we know that the business can either be you or you register the business, we have an account we call Fidelity Small Business Account. What does this account do? It gives you an opportunity to open an account either as your name doing business or as a business registered doing business to run your current account, which is what you use for business because you want to preserve your statement without paying account maintenance charges. If it's you on your own, we call it Fidelity Small Business Account for individual. If it's you as your business that is registered, we call it Fidelity Small Business Account for businesses, FSBA. What next do? We do capacity building. We understand that when you talk to 10 SMEs and say what is their problem, they say they needed money. But statistics have shown, like the speaker said, that businesses die in the first 3 years of their lifespan. So there are 4 things for SME. They need to survive, they need to grow, they need to scale, then they need to exist. So what we do is that we now support you with capacity building. Today, as you are in this hall, if you are in any location where about 50 people are sitting together and doing a business, if you call up to Fidelity Bank, ask to any of the that you want to talk to SME, any of our branches, you could talk to me, Moshood Oyewole, that is my name. We will come there and give you a training for free, as far as you are minimum of 50 people. Now, we would prefer to do more for women because sincerely, with our experience in SMEs, women business are more sustainable. They don't collect loans they don't need. When they collect loans, they pay back. When you ask them questions, they are able to do it. And lastly, Lastly, I said lastly, I didn't say you. This is another woman here who is not being very friendly with me. Please. So lastly, what I will say, we would support your business with financing. We have our commercial support overdraft, up to 10 million naira without collateral. We allow you to run the loan for 3 months. We have our commercial support short-term loan, up to 20 million for 6 months. We allow you to pay your monthly without collateral. We mean without collateral, but sincerely, even though we will not ask for collateral, we need to see the track record of business for 3 months. So we need your statement account for 3 months. Now, for you to understand that we want to support you and we are Fidelity Bank, we don't need you to have your account with Fidelity Bank for 3 months. If you have account in any bank at all, even if it's a microfinance bank, and you can show me your statement account for 3 months, I can see what your business can do. So you open account Fidelity today, and I'll give you loan today. Thank you very much.
Oh my dear. Well, he said they keep their word, but he didn't keep to time. We have to go on. Our time is fast spent. We've overshot our time. It takes us so much to get back together. For our 5th plenary session, I'm going to bring back to the podium the convener of this summit. And I'm going to ask him to keep to time. So, Apostle, you will keep